Matt Rempe, Ryan Reaves, fight night at the Garden, center
Yeah,
ice.
yeah,
It's actually funny because we were talking to Rempe earlier in the day, and he was talking about how his goal coming into the season was to gain the trust of the coaching staff, and it's so clear that he
yeah,
has. I mean, I said it during training camp after that Devils game that Matt Rempe had won over Mike Sullivan in
yeah,
that moment in the span of that 60-minute game. Um, but it's so clear how much more Sullivan trusts Rempe than Peter Laviolette ever did. I mean, between the power play 2 reps, the increased ice time, and he's working with it.
yeah.
He's improving, and we're finally getting to see what it looks like when he gets regular shifts, which I think is something that we all were kind of hoping to see because it wasn't
Yeah.
that he wasn't getting any of that, and you couldn't tell what he was as an actual player rather than just this guy that comes in and fights.
Yeah. I mean, it's impressive. And hopefully it's not, too long term. He'd leave the game. And
Yeah.
that's big boy hockey. That's a veteran guy who was going to fight on his own terms. And Ryan Reaves, that was why Ryan Reaves is who he is. I mean, he got to get a good lick on Parsonen and then decided, I mean, his gloves were off before he even knew if Rempe was next to him. And that's just an awareness that Ryan Reaves has.
Yeah.
He's a smart individual. Rangers fans know him. And, he kind of made Rempe think about it for a little bit, then got a lick in on another guy, then, fought the big man and did well early. I think the impressive thing for Matt Rempe is he took a couple early, which probably is what caused him to leave, but hung in and got a few himself.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I got a lot of respect. It's not easy to do, and he has gotten better. It's great for your confidence, but physically, like the actual physical motion of playing becomes a lot easier if you get 4 or 5 shifts a period as opposed to one or two or three.
Hmm.
It's just it's like doing a workout and then sitting down for 25 minutes and then getting
Right.
back into a high intensity workout. And your leg seize up a lot quicker. When you stay moving, especially as a big man, you can start doing things. And then you'll see more patience when he gets into positions with the puck because he has reps. He's right, early in the year, he's hurrying things a little bit because he gets so
Hmm.
excited you have a scoring chance.
Right.
You can kind of bring your heart rate down a little when that puck comes after more reps. So hopefully it's not long term because he's a big element for them.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he was talking about how it allows him to feel the game better, you're
Yeah.
more involved. Um, and I feel like we've been able to see that from him. I really do feel like he looks like a different player out there.
Think
Um,
about the ice. Like the first 5 minutes of a period in the middle of five, in the last, whatever, it gets worse. So if you haven't touched it in a while, then you go on the ice. First of all, you're cold, and then you're like, this ice is terrible.
yeah.
People don't realize like you step on bad ice for the first time. If you're going through it each shift, it gets a little worse. It's like you can feel it. If you sit there forever and then you have to go on
Yeah.
it, you're like, what is this? And then when you're 6'9", it's probably like, we get an ice pack.
Right. And for him too, you know, he's such a ball of energy too that in those circumstances when he did get his chance to go on the ice he was erratic, because he just wanted to do something, wanted to
Yeah.
make an impact, wanted to, and that probably played a role into the hits that were a little out of control and things like that. So
Playing a whole
um
game in one shift. Like
yeah,
it's
right,
not easy.
right. It's not easy, but I think that Sullivan showing, that he has
Hmm.
trust in him. And I mean, it also is beneficial for the lineup as a whole because it just balances out the ice time a little bit. I think that
Yeah.
was a really big emphasis for Mike Sullivan coming into this season.
Yeah.
And I feel like we've seen that on the ice time sheets, just balancing the ice time out because managing workloads of certain players that double on both the power play and the penalty kill. You need to be able. You only dressing a certain amount of guys. You need to be able to trust them.
It's so fast.
What's the point? What's the point
Right.
if you're not going to trust them and not play them?
It's so fast too. The game is so fast. You can't play three lines.
Yeah.
You can't hammer down on two guys, especially center ice. So yeah, it's a good approach. We've seen. I think we've seen more energy. We've seen more structure. They looked more like themselves from 2 years ago than what we saw at the end of last year.